The spring transfer portal, that's the period for a few days after spring ball wraps up where you got one last chance. If you're new to college football, don't even bother trying to understand why this thing exists, but it does. So Zach hit me from Irvine, California. He said, is the transfer portal really about to go crazy next week? This is a very, very sensitive topic on this show. Longtime viewers will remember the darkest period of my career, possibly my life, some would say, was this time last year. Because this time last year, I got fed some good old-fashioned bad information. And you may think eating bad fish is the worst thing that could happen to you. No. Take it from someone who had food poisoning last year. I'd take that any day over getting fed bad information. Because food poisoning, while it is terrible, it comes and goes in a few hours, but bad information can stain your reputation forever. So last year, I thought the portal was going to go off. And here's why I thought that. Because I was told by many a player personnel type they thought the portal was going to go off post-spring. So what do? I journey back to Nashville, I turn the mic on, and I say, guys, watch out. This post-spring transfer portal, it could be legendary. It could be memorable. Chaos. We got chaos around the bend. And then crickets, absolute crickets. And I had to face the music. But you don't have to take my word for it. Take my word for it. Colin, roll the regrettable footage. Roll it, Colin.
You are about to see the harsh, violent reality of the no rules transfer portal era on full display later this month. I am not overstating this. It will be the wildest transfer portal era that you've ever seen. And it's going to completely gut some of your teams. Just calling it like it is.
Well, teams did not get gutted. Chaos was not seen. I think I know why this happened to me. I think I know why I got misled. I don't think I'll let it happen again. But we whiffed. I whiffed fantastically on this. But I'm a little angry that this happened. So I'm owning it. I'm owning it. We screw up around here. We're going to own it. We're going to rebuild. We will be better for this. In time, we will surge. We will thrive. But as Meemaw once told me, sometimes a man's got to be down bad today before he can be up big tomorrow.
And what a great survival story. We're still here. Somehow, we're still here. This was a conditional feel. If you're listening on podcast, this must be very confusing. I'm back live now. This is me on April 13th, 2025. So the question was, is the portal going to go crazy? Now, I hadn't talked about it on the show because I'm very gun shy for reasons you just saw, but this has been a conditional feeling around the country. I've been on the road all spring. I'll be on the road again this week. So I've sat down with a lot of staffs, and they all have been saying the same thing. If this House settlement does not get, passed through or codified or whatever you want to call it before the portal opens up, then the portal could be crazy. Well, hey, quick timeout. Check and see if you're subscribed to the YouTube channel. If you're not, I humbly ask that you click subscribe. It's free. It doesn't sign you up for anything. What it does is it helps us keep this show free so we can just do college football year-round. All right, back to the clip. The judge came back last week, if you were paying attention or if you weren't. She came back and basically they needed some clarification here and they wanted some language changed there. And it looks like it's still going to be pushed through, but now it's been delayed. And so now the portal window is going to open up. And the whole reason that's important is because of the way collectives are looking at this. They're looking at it and they're saying, well, it sounds like any second now, a new pay structure is going to go into place. We're going to have 20 some odd $1 million of revenue sharing, but then above and beyond that, the NIL thing sounds like it's going to be heavily policed. So that's why a lot of them loaded up on NIL deals in December. They figured this is one last hurrah for us to spend like we've been spending. We can just load up on guys and we can spend a ton because this is the last time that we'll be able to do this. But then the ruling got delayed, so now they're looking and saying, oh, so we may have one more time that we didn't know we would have. So now let's really go out with a spending bang. That's where we are right now. And so a lot of these staffs kept telling me, if that thing doesn't get approved and the second portal window comes, yeah, folks are going to be spending big and they're going to be coming out of spring, so they're going to know what they need. And unlike last year, it may be that there's enough money on the table for big names to be moving. So think about Penn State at wide receiver. Are they going to be aggressive enough to where they go pay a proven commodity to come to State College? It could make the difference in who wins the Big Ten this year. I think about Ohio State. I'm going to talk about them later in the show, but looking at their spring game yesterday, defensive line's not impressive there. Defensive line probably has the least relative amount of certainly proven production. They don't have any proven production there, but the least amount of just overall stacked up talent that they've had in several years because they've been loaded. Do they go get help? Specifically at defensive tackle, do they go get help? Does Tennessee, we all know Tennessee's looking for a quarterback, obviously, and that's a pretty glaringly unique situation, but the amount of money they have to spend, the amount of payroll wiggle room that just came open, plus imagine the outraged boosters who were probably willing to write an irresponsibly large check right now. So Tennessee's got to be watched. USC, everybody's got to be watched. Anybody with money, any non-poverty program has to be watched right now. So I'm not going to do what I did last year. Oh no, even as everyone who's reputable in the industry who covers this stuff is saying, there's about to be some big spending. There's about to be some big movement. What I am doing as the responsible adult that I am for the past 11 months is I am taking a wait and see approach on this. We'll certainly react to it as it happens. And deep down, way down in here, immunity, I do feel like there are several twists and turns coming, but at the same time, I can't do this twice. You see this nose. There's only room for one clown nose on this nose. I can't do it twice. I can't. So, yes, I think it's going to happen. No, I'm not staking what little reputation I have left on it.